Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It is me again and I am angry. I am livid. See, before I start this video, let me just help someone. Let me just put it out there. See, if you are a content creator, after setting up your camera to make a video, please, I beg you, before you talk, before you say anything, ensure number one, your camera is recording. 2, your mic has been plugged if you are using an external mic and turned on. Hey, this thing is painful, I swear. Do you know I sat down here? I sat down, made 2 videos back to back on 2 different unrelated topics. Felt very productive with myself. On several occasions, I checked if it was recording and I saw it was recording, only for me to finish and my mic was plugged but turned off. Hey! Like, do you know, I felt like smashing my camera, deleting my YouTube channel, breaking my laptop. A lot of thoughts kept coming and I kept thinking about the financial implication of that. And I just had to calm down and redo this video. Oh my God, this is painful and annoying. Anyway, we move. Inhale, exhale. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me again. My name is Amaka. If you're joining us for the very first time, and I will be your favorite esthetician. You just don't know it yet, but stick around. I promise you, I will be your favorite esthetician. Anyway, today we're talking about shea butter. So a little backstory on why I decided to make this video now. So I went, shopping at Urban North. That was 2 weeks ago, and someone there recognized me. So she was like, she has acne and I should help her with a routine, blah, blah, blah. That's very common, by the way. Anywhere they see me, whether I'm with my friends or whether I'm shopping, anywhere, please, can I get a routine? But it's all right, it's fine, it's fine. So I was about advising her on a routine, then this elderly lady overheard the conversation and she was like, don't use anything, use shea butter, or this one, that one. You don't get... the person that came to me for advice left me and started listening to this woman. In fact, she even bought paper and pen. Ma, tell me where I can buy. Okay. Then she was just writing places she can buy shea butter from. Original ones. The one that undiluted. The one that diluted. Okay, now I myself and left now because apparently I wasn't needed in the conversation. And I didn't want to say the one that they would now say that this girl doesn't have respect. Do you get? But it got me thinking. It's not just her, honestly speaking. A lot of people see shea butter as this almighty ingredient. It's fantastic, by the way, but we'll get to that. I've heard a lot of, shea butter can help hyperpigmentation, acne. What are those things again? Acne, fungal acne, everything, shea butter. My hand is paining me, shea butter. My head, shea butter. Wait. So anyway, today we are looking at shea butter, as in what can it actually do and what can't it do. And I'm not just assuming, I'm not just saying from my personal experience and I'm not just advising from your experience as well. I'll be dissecting shea butter, like breaking it down. What is the composition of shea butter? What is inside shea butter exactly? Do you understand? Because understanding the composition of shea butter will help you understand what it can do and what it cannot do. Do you get? So if you're interested in knowing, what shea butter is comprised of and how you can use it to achieve, a perfect, glowy baby skin, which by the way is not possible. But if you're interested in just knowing how to use shea butter and knowing how to use shea butter correctly for a healthy skin, please keep on watching. So from time to time, I'm looking at my screen because that's where I have my notes on and I do not want to forget any important and relevant point. So what is shea butter and how is shea butter derived? The shea butter is essentially butter or fat that is derived from the nut of the shea tree. And this shea tree is native to West African countries. Shea butter is comprised of a variety of, beneficial fatty acids, antioxidants, and phytosterols and polyphenols. DK has a bunch of very beneficial components, but I'll be focusing on the very important ones, the ones that are responsible for the things that shea butter can actually do. Do you get? So now the first one is oleic acid. Shea butter has 40 to 55% oleic acid, or rather, shea butter is comprised of 40 to 55% of oleic acid. So oleic acid is known as omega-9 fatty acid. It's very beneficial, although it's not an essential fatty acid because your body produces omega-9 acid or oleic acid. Oleic acid can be found in your sebum. By sebum, I mean the oils on your skin. Do you get? So that's why oleic acid is very beneficial for people that have dry skin because they don't have a lot of sebum, they don't have a lot of oils. Do you get? Some people say that oleic acid disrupts the skin barrier because of the way it is structured. However, you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that in shea butter because shea butter is also comprised of other, thick and nourishing fatty acids to combat any potential skin barrier disruption of oleic acid. Oleic acid is very rejuvenating, softening, moisturizing, anti-inflammatory, anti-irritating. Shea butter also contains 35 to 45% stearic acid. Stearic acid is another saturated fatty acid that is very thick and occlusive. So stearic acid moisturizes the skin and prevents you from losing water. It is very thick. A lot of people put stearic acid in cosmetic formulations, creams, lotions to thicken it. Do you understand? So that's why you can understand why shea butter has that thick and rich feel. Shea butter also contains 3 to 8% linoleic acid, and linoleic acid is omega-6, which is an essential fatty acid because your skin needs it but doesn't produce it. So it relies on outside forces or things that you apply on your skin to provide that acid for it. Omega-6 or linoleic acid makes up 14% of the ceramide in our skin. And we all know how important ceramides are. Ceramides make up like 50% of the lipids in our skin. Your skin barrier is essentially made up of your dead skin cells and lipids that bind these dead skin cells together. I have a video on skin barrier. If you want to go geeky about skin barrier, if you want to understand everything about it, please watch that video. So when you're deficient in linoleic acid, you experience dry and dehydrated skin, compromised skin barrier essentially. Now, shea butter also has 3 to 7% palmitic acid. It's another fatty acid that rejuvenates and moisturizes the skin. Shea butter also contains a ton of antioxidants. It contains vitamin E, which moisturizes, softens, and is an antioxidant. I also have video on antioxidants so you understand how and why antioxidants are important in your routine. Shea butter also contains polyphenols, which is a plant, like the backbone of plant-based antioxidants. So it's an antioxidant as well. The unique thing about the polyphenols that is contained in shea butter is that it is a class of polyphenols called catechin. And catechins also, in addition to being an antioxidant, has antibacterial properties. Also, shea butter has phytosterols. Now, phytosterols is like the plant's version of cholesterol. So what this does is, it seeps into the skin and rejuvenates the skin. But the unique thing about the phytosterols contained in shea butter is that it contains cinnamic acid esters. And these cinnamic acid esters are photoprotective. They protect you from the sun. They are low-key SPF. But let me take a second to make this disclaimer. It is very essential that I do this. Shea butter is not a sunscreen. Don't go about rubbing shea butter and saying it has cinnamic esters. It will prevent sun exposure or sun damage from the sun. It will not work. Please, shea butter is not a sunscreen. It just has some photoprotective abilities. And it's not just shea butter. There are a lot of ingredients that could, to a certain degree, help protect you from the sun, but you must use a sunscreen. For example, salicylic acid is one of them, kojic acid is one of them. These ingredients have their core function, but they also have photoprotective properties. Now, another thing about what they call that thing? Let me make sure I'm not mixing up the names. Another thing about cinnamic acid esters is that it helps, redness, irritation, inflammation, and sensitivity. So not only does it, help protect from the sun, it's also anti-redness and irritation and sensitivity. It also encourages healing of the skin. Now, another thing, or the last thing I'll be pointing out that is contained in shea butter is Allantoin. Allantoin is an approved by the FDA, well-known, well-agreed upon skin barrier protectant. It protects your skin against losing water, and it protects your skin from bacteria and, infection. It also encourages wound healing, really soothing, desensitizing, anti-redness, a fantastic, ingredient generally. So now we know the key components of shea butter. We kind of have an idea of what shea butter can actually do and what it cannot do. But let me just summarize. So first of all, shea butter is thick, creamy, and has a long shelf life. It can sit on the shelf for like 2 years, like minimum, and not get rancid. This is because of the major type of acid that is formulated with. So the key major acids are oleic acid and stearic acid. Saturated fats have a longer shelf life than unsaturated fat and oils. So shea butter can reduce redness, reduce sensitivity, inflammation, and irritation. Now, shea butter softens and moisturizes the skin. It also is very good for wound healing. Shea butter has photoprotective abilities, give you some protection from the sun. Lastly, shea butter has antibacterial properties. So these are the things that shea butter can do based off of the composition of shea butter. You see hyperpigmentation, you see acne, so all those funny things that I say it can do. It cannot do it because there's nothing in the formulation of shea butter that can help you achieve that. Now, if you personally have experienced different effects, positive effects from using shea butter, I'm not trying to undermine that. I'm just saying that is just your anecdotal experience. And my experience is not fact. I may experience something while using an ingredient does not make it general fact, does not make it the standard. Do you get? There are a lot of reasons why you may be experiencing certain things. You may be using shea butter, but then maybe before you started using shea butter, you were not using a sunscreen, and then you added a sunscreen to your routine, and you're now experiencing brightening, and you attribute it to shea butter. Whereas it's the fact that you added a sunscreen to your routine. So there are a lot of things that can make people experience different things using the same product. But the things I just mentioned now are the things that shea butter can and should be able to do. Now, let's talk about the various ways that shea butter is available to the public, or the various ways shea butter can be used. I'll be talking about their pros and the cons of each of them. Now, the first one is shea butter can be used neat. By neat, I mean raw, like nothing added to it, straight up undiluted shea butter. Now, the cons with that is, okay, let me show you. This is one I got. Simply for this video, this is raw shea butter, and let me show you what it looks like. You guys already know what it looks like, Shabo. Yeah, it's essentially really thick and really, really greasy. The thick and greasy butter. Now, the cons, in my own opinion, the cons with using shea butter is that, first of all, it's not a robust moisturizer. So it softens the skin and prevents you from losing water. But in my video on skin barrier, I explained that for you to robustly and accurately moisturize your skin, you have to do 3 things. You have to hydrate, you have to soften, and you have to prevent your skin from losing water. A basic well-formulated moisturizer can do that. Shea butter cannot do that. I listed all the things that make up shea butter, and you did not hear humectants in any of them. Do you understand? Shea butter doesn't have the ability to plump or hydrate your skin. Now, so for that reason, it's not a robust moisturizer. And that's why sometimes you use shea butter, your skin looks greasy and soft, but you still find that there's still some low-key dryness. That is dehydration. Your skin doesn't have enough water or moisture. Secondly, shea butter is really greasy and can be very uncomfortable. Now, so although shea butter is non-comedogenic, it will not clog your pores, people that have oily skin or acne-prone skin will not care for it because of people that stay in hot, humid regions like Nigeria. You don't want to slather shea butter on your face and be sweating in the night. Nepa will not come and take light on top. What's that now? What's that? Also, for people, more seriously, for people with oily and acne-prone skin, using shea butter on your face can trigger your acne. Now, it's not a shea butter problem per se. It is a rich, occlusive moisturizer problem. So when you have acne, oily-prone skin, you're advised to use lighter weight moisturizers, because when you use thick and occlusive formulations, so not just shea butter, moisturizers, petroleum jelly, anything that is really thick and occlusive can trigger the formation of whiteheads, which is the first step to acne. So if you have oily, acne-prone skin, you may want to stay away from shea butter. It's not for everybody. Some people that have oily, acne-prone skin still get away with using shea butter and rich moisturizers. But generally, to some people, I won't say most people, to some people, using moisturizers that are thick and really greasy and occlusive triggers acne. Do you get? The second way that shea butter is usually available for people to use is whipped in oils. I don't need to delve into this. Essentially, shea butter whipped in oils and essential oils to give it some fragrance. I will never put this on my skin, never, ever, ever, because a lot of times, I can't speak for everybody, honestly speaking. If you do it yourself, then that's fine. But a lot of times, when you see those whipped shea butters in oils, a lot of times they put in essential oils or other oils that can be very irritating to your skin. If I want to use shea butter, let me just use it straight, I beg, please. Do you get? But if you do it yourself, that's fine. Also, I don't really understand the point. Like, why are you whipping shea butter in oil? Except because you want to change the texture to be, more, to be lighter. I don't really understand, because why adding oils? Oils are emollient, so they soften the skin. Shea butter is, in itself, is filled with emollient and occlusive. Why are you adding oil inside it? Except it's other types of oil that you want the skin to benefit from. In fact, honestly speaking, I just will not use shea butter whipped with oil. Except it's for my hair, but for my skin, I'll pass. I'm not doing. Thank you. Yes, another step, the third way you can use shea butter is using products that are formulated with shea butter. So face creams that are shea butter based, face washes that are shea butter based. In my opinion, this is my favorite, way I like to use shea butter. And I like this cream. I think I don't have it here. It is a differing night repair cream. It's shea butter based. I really like it. I also like, what's the other shea butter based cream? I can't remember at the moment. Cetaphil has a body moisturizer, a Cetaphil Pro body moisturizer or something that is also shea butter based as well. Now, this is the way I love to use shea butter, because you benefit from the shea butter without the drawbacks. Do you get? Now, products that are formulated with shea butter are usually thick and creamy, but don't feel greasy like shea butter feels. Do you get? And uncomfortable. They're formulated to be pleasant on the skin. Also, using a moisturizer based with shea butter, you will benefit from all the goodies of shea butter, plus the other amazing things that we put in the moisturizer. For example, shea butter doesn't have humectant. Moisturizers with shea butter have humectant in them. Do you get? To balance, to give you a more robust moisturizing. I just honestly prefer using products formulated with shea butter than using shea butter raw. Also, that issue of triggering acne when you use shea butter, if you have an oily, acne-prone skin and you want to benefit from shea butter, you may struggle using it neat, because I said it may trigger your acne. But you can get away with using products, face creams that have been formulated with shea butter. If you want to use shea butter neat, raw, and you want to, you want a way around the fact that it doesn't retain water, there are 2 ways or 3 ways in which you can use it. Now, the first one is applying shea butter to damp skin. Remember, shea butter does not have humectant, but shea butter locks in moisture. So applying it on damp skin, to an extent, will compensate for that, because it would help, like, water is already on your skin and it has the ability to lock in moisture. It would help prevent all that water from evaporating. So that's one way you can use shea butter as a moisturizer. Another way you can use it is applying a humectant first. So you wash your face or wash your body, apply a humectant, serum, whatever, allow that dry, then apply your shea butter. The third way is, having your bath, applying a moisturizer, allowing that dry, then apply your shea butter. Do you get? So there are 3 ways you can use it. While your body is damp, after a humectant, and after moisturizing. Now, the reason why you may want to use shea butter, I know you asked me, so what's the point using shea butter if you're already moisturizing? The thing is that shea butter is very occlusive. It has a lot of benefits. I just listed them out. So if you want to benefit from all those things and further trap in moisture into your skin, then that is the circumstance where I can see that it would be beneficial to apply shea butter after your moisturizer. For example, you're using a body moisturizer and it's not cutting it for you. You still feel that your body is still dry. You can incorporate shea butter after your moisturizer to further lock in the moisture. Also, it may just be that changing weather. So during winter months or during Harmattan, a moisturizer that was okay for you during the summer or during the hotter months is not working again for you. You can apply that moisturizer, then seal it up with shea butter. So we've officially come to the end of this video. Now you know the things that shea butter can do and cannot do. It will not help with hyperpigmentation, acne, all those many things. Primarily, at the very core, it is an emollient and an occlusive. It softens the skin and it prevents your skin from losing water. That is the core of what shea butter does. It's also anti-inflammatory, anti-redness. I don't need to go over all the good things again. You can watch the video 10,000 times, give me more views and learn more. But so that's all I have about shea butter. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.